when we see something that happened in our life, whether positive or negative, whatever it might be, we must not view it as disconnected from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should always relate it back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When an event happens, keeping your gaze fixed solely on what happened leads you to misfortune. And you will start wondering, why me? Why did that happen to me? And you will see the event cut off from Allah. However, when you perceive it, what happened through the lights of Allah, and you say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the perfect one and acts only as perfect, then you are not only thanking Allah, rather you are offering praise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you fix your gaze on the creation, you will be in hiddenness and distraction. However, when the event brings you back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are in remembrance and in mindful invocation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So whatever happens to you, even if it's terrible, say that is good because it comes from the perfect one. It's perfect things because it comes from the perfect one. For the perfect does not produce imperfection. Do you see what I mean? This creates a state of mind in the believer, a habit of looking for positive things, of reframing positive. I think coaches and psychologists and psychiatrists try to teach people to remain optimistic and to interpret things positively. If we focus on the negative, we will be negative. Everything affects you according to how you interpret it. Everything that happens to you depends on your interpretation. It's up to you, it's good or bad. And it's remarkable when a person is afflicted by hardship. It might be a health problem or financial difficulties or the loss of someone. And immediately, in the heat of the moment,
immédiatement il dit oh Allah alhamdulillah, ça veut dire c'est parfait puisque ça vient de toi.
When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees a person accepting everything that befalls him because it comes from Allah, the perfect one, you cannot imagine the reward He prepares for that person in this life and when He meets him. One day, Sayyidina Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed by a woman who was crying for her child. She had just lost her child and kept crying out, my child, my child. Sayyidina Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to her, Madam, be patient, be patient. She did not recognize the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so she said to him, leave me alone. What happened to you did not happen to me. You cannot understand. So Sayyidina Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam left her and went on. Later someone came to her, do you know who you spoke to? That was the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Why did you answer him like that? So she went running to the Prophet's house and said, I'm being patient. Yes, I'm being patient now. Then Sayyidina Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam told her the true patience is at the first moment. Patience is called patience because later everyone becomes patient. Whatever happens after a year or two, you forget. Everyone becomes patient as time passes. But your immediate reaction must be to attribute the event to Allah and to see the good in it, even if it appears bad. Say, oh Allah, it's you who did it, so it's good. My servant, I took away your health. I took someone from your family. I caused something that people disliked, and yet you said it's good. And you call it perfection. Imagine Allah's regard for the servant who attributes the matter to him and call it good, even if it appears bad. In absolute terms, there is no evil. In absolute terms, there is nothing evil in the universe. There is no imperfection. It does not exist. What we call evil does not exist in itself. Evil is simply the absence of good. Is there a mathematician among us? Do you study math?
P non P. P implique Q. Négation non P au Q. T'as pas fait de maths? Non. Qui c'est qui est? Il n'y a pas un matheux avec nous, une matheuse?
Evil does not exist. When something happens and we call it bad, it only means that good is absent from our perception. So everything that occurs in the universe is perfection. Sometimes you are able to perceive it and sometimes you are not. If you call it bad, it's because you have not been able to see it. But as long as you are blind to it, at least learn to develop a reflex to say, it means it's perfect, it comes from the perfect one. Make it a habit to repeat this and to show submission to Allah. If you train yourself to do this every day, even when you do not know why, even if everything seems negative, everything is bad, everything is ruined, and you still say,
Alhamdulillah, c'est parfait, c'est la perfection.
There is no absolute evil. Evil lies within us, in our interpretation. Everything that happens in Allah's universe is perfect. And Allah tests us and subjects us to trial so that at the beginning of our path we learn to submit to His good will. And by continually submitting, one day Allah will lift the veil. When He lifts the veil, you will see Allah's perfections everywhere.
Partout.